Good. Hi guys, it's Anna with Serious Dog. I'm going to go over leash handling 101 when you're working that heel walk, and just in general. You're going to work on a 6-foot leash. Typically I like those, especially for a dog as long as him. I want to have some room to maneuver with him. You're going to take that leash and hang it on your right thumb. You're then going to grip your hand around that whole loop so you know where the end of that leash is. There's no wrapping. There's no putting the loop over your wrist and then you're holding the rest. You need to know where that end is. I've had clients have fingers broken from their dogs pulling suddenly and they were wrapped up in that leash. So safest is to hang it on your thumb, grip it. With a 6-foot, I'm typically going to take about 1.5 feet, 2 feet in reserve and grip that as well. The only time I give them that is to let them go ahead and potty, but I'm still going to hold it completely around that loop so I still have my stopper. When you're working heel, his shoulder should not pass your leg. If it does, we call that forging, and you need to fix that issue. So if he's at your side and he's not forging past you, he's relaxed, he's watching and following, typically the grip point I want on that leash, don't get lazy now, buddy, stop, is I want it to start talking to that collar when I'm about 90 degrees with my elbow. You don't want to punch yourself in the face by having it too long. You don't want it so short that there's no slack when you need to correct him, especially if he drops his head or something or goes wide on you. You need that slack, that nice little smile in that leash with your arms down nice and relaxed. So typically I want it to be 90 degrees. It starts talking to him. It's usually a pretty good sweet spot for most people. If I'm going to get ready to do a 180 turn on him because he is forging, he's starting to not pay attention, I'm going to double the length of that leash. So instead of being 90, I'm going to slide it up to my face or so, then lock my fingers in and drop my hands down. And then I've got all this, do not touch it. I've got all this slack. He hasn't done that yet, but we can save that discussion. I have a ton more slack in there, twice as much slack. So if I go to do a 180, he won't feel me turn because I'm back at that short point. It would be long. He has a chance to keep going forward as I go the other way. And I have a higher chance of getting correction on him for not paying attention, because you'll see when I'm doing my turns, come here, buddy. I don't tell the dogs I'm about to do it. They need to be paying attention enough. And if their position and their mindset's correct, they will catch left and right turns without me saying anything, because they'll be watching that leg. So again, for stuff at your side, you want that leash to be about 90 degrees, bent at the elbows when it's starting to talk to his collar. For 180 turns, you're going to slide it all the way up, lock your fingers in, put it down, and just wait for your moment to disappear on him and show him he needs to watch what you're doing. If you're getting ready for an out front correction, when he wants to break out ahead, which a lot of these guys haven't gone that far yet. I haven't had no really pushy ones where I'll let him get out front. That one, you're going to be sneaking this left hand off. You still have 2 feet in reserve for that out front. You're going to let that dog get out there, create a gap between his butt and your leg. Then you plant your feet, pop that leash, and then put your left hand back on as you stand there and drag him back to you as your second communication that he should not be up there. But there's a nice big gap when he starts to feel that pressure on the leash. You've already taken all that slack out and you're already in motion before that leash gets tight. But again, I don't have many that really need those much. I will try and video that when I do get another dog in that is that forward and pushy. But both these guys lately have not been. So while he's at your side, I want 90 degrees, lock it in, put your hands down. You're going to fix issues at your side, such as sniffing, touching that leash, climbing on you, trying to pick up something. That's a quick left. He's not breaking position right now. He's just getting his mindset off the track, which is going to lead to more issues if we don't stop it now. It can be a light communication initially. It can escalate if he's continuing to ignore what you asked, which is leave it alone, whatever it was, or simmer down, because he likes to get all up in your business. He already has an understanding with me, though, and he learned really quickly he can just stay off me. He's a good boy. If you're getting ready to set him up for a turn, again, you're going to double that length, lock your fingers in, put it down so you have a lot more slack in there, and then you just wait for your moment of him perking those ears and you go the other way on him and let him realize you got to watch what's going on. But that's leash handling 101. You.